How a barcode reader works 101. So what happens is you have a barcode scanner. That barcode scanner scans a red light over the barcode. So step one, scanner scans with red light over barcode. Step two. Oh, and this could be at any angle because of the red light. So you could like put a scanner here and it'll scan all of it. Doesn't matter which angle we put it into. Okay. This is now kind of like taking a photo. The scanner, which is what we use to scan the barcode, uses a sensor. And what happens is it captures reflected light back from the barcode. So what will happen is the white parts will scan, or reflect, shall I say, let's use a different colour, will reflect back to a scanner, to its sensor. What will happen next is light captured by sensor transform into electrical signals. So basically anything which is sent back to this scanner, to the sensor inside the scanner, will then turn into digital signals. So you can use electrical, or we can say digital. I actually prefer digital. Digital signals. Now these signals match the pattern of the barcode. We then send. So what happens next is the scanner will have also something which will decode the signals and then send to like a final device like a computer or a point of sale device like you'll find in a supermarket. So what will happen is you scan it, it then sends it to the computer, the point of sale device, and it will like pop up in here that you've just you've got some like bananas in your bag or your shopping basket. So these are the steps of how a barcode works. Scanner scans with a red light over the barcode at any angle. The scanner then uses a sensor to capture the reflected light back from the barcode, which is normally the white parts. The light captured by the sensor is transformed into digital signals which make up the pattern of the barcode, which is then sent, well, actually before it's sent, the scanner, which we used originally, will also decode it to put it into a form so that we can send it to a computer or like a point of sale terminal. Okay, so we're going to now look at how a digital camera actually works. So step one, what happens is we capture light. So we point our camera at a person and light, it reflects off the subject. So in this case the letter A, so light reflects off the subject, the person we're taking a photo of. Two, what happens is the lens focuses on the light. Three. What happens next? It goes to a sensor. So light sensor receives subject light or subject reflection through lens. So what the lens will do then is, the light sensor will capture this light, so store it. So this light sensor is known as a CCD, which is charge coupled device. CCD, just remember CCD. It captures this light and it turns it into electronic signals. It then goes to an analog to digital converter, ADC, so electrical signals to analog digital converter. And we know that with the analog digital converter, it basically turns it into binary, which allows us to then edit. It gets then put into storage. Which is absolutely fine. So light reflects off a subject, lens focuses on the light. I am going to add a bonus point here, 2 point A, that you do have something called aperture control and shutter control. So it's basically here. And what they do is it controls the amount of light going in. So you can choose to like darken the picture or whatever to control light. So lens focuses, you've got a lens which focuses on the light. You've got aperture control and shutter control, which lets certain amounts of light go in. It goes to a light sensor, CCD, which then basically stores the light or captures it and turns it into electronic signals. It then goes to an ADC, turns it into binary, so we can edit it if we want to, like mod the different pixels, like brighten it, darken it, change colors, etc. And then it's stored in our storage. The microprocessor, which is a mini CPU, is responsible for controlling this process. It does algorithms, so we can, if we wanted to, I don't know, remove red eye from people's eyes. So you know how you can take a photo and the eyes could be red, or let's imagine that you've got too much of a reflection going on, or someone's coming across as being in the shadow too much. You can actually edit things on the camera using the microprocessor, using algorithms. Brighten it, darken it, contrast it, all those aspects. Sharpen the picture, add a filter. That's what a microprocessor can do, as well as supporting like the ADC and store it into memory. So you can talk about the microprocessor supports ADC, it supports editing pixels using algorithms, which is code. Okay, so let's now look at QR codes, how they work. Number one, you've got a scanner and it looks for patterns. And it does that by the finder pattern. The finder pattern is all about the QR code's orientation, so is it landscape or portrait, size, and angle. It uses an alignment pattern. Basically, just in case, for some reason, this is a bit distorted, like creased, or a little bit too much light on it when we're taking our photo. So imagine it's here, someone spilled some coffee on it. Realignment is basically there just in case of distortion. Helps scanner. Precision. Accuracy. So after we get the size, so after we get orientation, size, angle, we can decode the pattern or the info. These black squares, all these black squares represent binary. You've got a quiet zones like here, which is white. So it goes all around the edge. So these quiet zones is the boundary, so it tells the scanner that's the edge. Boundary. So it tells the scanner that's the edge. And what the scanner will do, it will look at the contrast, that means difference between the black and white squares. So the black represents 1, white 0, so 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So it'll be able to decode that. Then what will happen is it'll be sent to device. So that the device interprets it. Oh, my pen's not working. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do 8 data interpretation. So it has to do something with this binary code. So it converts the binary data into the format that is going to be used. Like it could be a website. So if you go to a restaurant, you scan that, it could take you to a URL. So a website URL. Or it could be like a text which pops up. So that could be like a menu. Who knows? But a suitable format. So they're the steps of QR code. Scanner looks for a pattern. It finds, first of all, to find a pattern, which is these corners here, to look at the direction of how this QR code should be, the width of it basically. It then uses the alignment pattern to make sure that it's basically there for error checking to ensure that there's position, accuracy. It then, after using the orientation, size and the angle, so remember it doesn't matter which way around you hold your phone when you're scanning a QR code, because the alignment pattern, the finder pattern will tell it which way around it should be. It then decodes the information. It decodes the information by using the black squares. The black squares represent binaries, 1s, and the white squares, 0s. The quiet zone is the boundary. The scanner will look at the contrast between the black and the white, the 1s and the 0s. It will then send it to the device. Your device, like your phone, will then interpret it. It'll turn it from binary into what it should be, like a menu, a website URL, text, an image, audio.